Hello friend, I'm Hannah and welcome to Yesterday's World channel where we bring you stories that capture your heart. In this video, we are going to take a closer look at the story of the Titanic, a ship that was supposed to be unsinkable, yet met a tragic end. But in this telling, we'll focus on the heroism and bravery of those aboard who worked tirelessly to save as many lives as possible. The Titanic was a grand ship that set sail from Southampton, England on April 10, 1912, on its maiden voyage to New York. The ship was a marvel of modern engineering and was considered the most luxurious ship of its time. It was carrying over 2,200 passengers and crew members. On April 14, 1912, the Titanic, which had set off from the port of Southampton in England to New York, collided with a floating iceberg in the Atlantic Ocean at 2340. Thousands of tons of seawater entered the ship through the holes in the Titanic's body. Thomas Andrews, the designer of the Titanic, was also among the passengers of the ship. After examining the damage, he told the ship's captain that the Titanic would sink. Panic set in, and passengers and crew scrambled to get to the lifeboats. But despite the chaos, many on board acted bravely, risking their lives to help others. Jack Phillips, who did not survive the disaster, did not quit his job despite being fired by the ship's captain and is praised for his heroism in frequent stories related to the Titanic disaster. One such hero was the ship's captain, Edward John Smith, who stayed on board until the very end and went down with the ship. Another was the band, who continued to play music to help keep the passengers calm and to distract them from the chaos happening around them. And then there were the crew members who manned the lifeboats, doing everything in their power to get as many people off the ship as possible. One such crew member was Jessop, a nurse who helped care for passengers and then got into a lifeboat herself to help row. Around 2:20 in the morning, the ship split into two halves and both halves began to sink into the water until sitting on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Less than 2 hours after the sinking of the Titanic, the Carpeta ship arrived at the scene of the accident and rescued 700 people. They tried to escape using lifeboats that had a capacity of only half of the passengers. Despite their efforts, over 1,500 people lost their lives that night, including passengers and crew. But the bravery and heroism displayed by those on board the Titanic continue to inspire us today. Thank you for watching our video about the Titanic. While the story of the Titanic is a tragic one, we hope this telling has highlighted the selflessness and bravery displayed by many of those on board. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this one.